Hello there, welcome to the session. In this session, we are looking at a table chart, and this is actually going to be an easy one. Most of the questions of this chart or this representative table are going to be easy. There are a couple of questions which are going to be a little difficult, and we'll see which are those. Okay, before that, I'll read out the caselet right in front of you. We'll make sense of the data and then we'll proceed to the questions, right? So let's just reduce the palette a little bit and read the first four questions, because the next four questions have been designed in a different slide. Here you can see a table has been given to you with some information about the people joining 5 clubs: the ASC clubs, SSC, MSC, RSC, TSC, over the period of 2014 to 2018. So pretty much there in your face, right? I hope you can see that. If you want, you can zoom in a little bit if you are comfortable. I will zoom in, zoom out whenever I feel it is necessary. As of now, I think we can pretty much understand the data. Now, the first question is, what is the difference between the sum of the number of people who joined the ASC club in 14-15 and the sum of the number of people who joined the SSC club in 16, 17 and 18? Now, first of all, please understand what is the point of giving you questions like these. Obviously, they're trying to test how quickly you can pick data from the table, add them and give an answer. For example, because we are looking at the ASC club for 14 and 15, so we'll just be looking at this data. Ideally, I should have highlighted and all, but this is the data that you will be looking. So for this, it is 560. The next part, SSC club 16, 17, 18. SSC 16, 17, 18. This is the data. 2, 3, 4, 400. This is 80 and 510. Now, simply if you see, the difference of this comes out to be 560 minus 510, which is a 50. So if you are very comfortable at looking at these things, you can pretty much calculate these things very easily. Okay, now let's go to the next one. The next one says, what is the ratio of the number of people joining the MSc and RSC club in 18 to that of the number of people who joined the ASC TSC in 16? Okay, let's do that. Ratio of MSc RSC and RSC in 18 is how much? 380. So we'll directly write it over there only, 380. You don't even need to write anything, you just need to write it like this, 380. And ASC and TSC in 2016 I have 240 and 140, that is again coming out to be 380. So pretty much 1:1 has to be the answer for this question. Let's see, which of the following clubs had the maximum number of people joining over 14 and 18? For this, I need the data column wise. So I need column wise all the summations, or at least for these four clubs, ASC, SSC, MSc and RSC. And you would realize that why would you leave TSC club? You should, when you're adding, you should add that also. Okay, and when you're adding it, is it not a good idea to add them row wise also? Because I guess the next question itself will be asking you something on that. Sum of the number of people who joined the clubs in 16, 17, more than that in 15, 18. So this is again giving you some interesting idea about addition row wise. The question again boils down to how quickly you can do the summation in this set, right? So let's try to do that thing. Let's get rid of the webcam feed so that I can do this peacefully. First of all, keep couple of things in mind. Addition will be very quick if you can just add the numbers in the 100th place correctly, and then the tens place, and then the units place. So basically what I'll be doing is 300, 200, 500, 700, 900, 1000, 160, 1100, 130, and then this becomes how much? This becomes 1200, right? You can cross check it also if you're not comfortable. 300, 400, 500, 600, 800, 850, 900, 960, 990. Similarly, if I don't talk, I can do this quickly. So I can mentally do this: 300, 400, 500, 700, 1000, 1000, 1260. Similarly, for this one, I can do it 720, and this thing I can do it 1200. Now please understand, There is no point becoming, trying to feel like a hero and doing erroneous calculations. You should take your time, do the calculation, and double check it. Okay, never should you ever trying to flex your addition muscles should do the calculations erroneously. Don't do that. This is going to be 1650. You will improve, obviously, eventually you will improve, but don't try to do everything on the first day. This is going to be how much? 300, 500, 600, 800, 820, 40, 70. This is going to be 1030. And the last one is going to be 300, 600, 800 and 990. Okay. All right. Now let's look into the question. Which of the following clubs has had the maximum number of people joining in the 2014-18 period? So the maximum number you can directly see is the MSC. Okay. Makes sense? Now we'll go to the fourth question. The fourth question is this one: by what percent is the sum of the number of people joining the clubs in 16-17? So first of all, you need to make sense of the people in 16 and 17 and 15-18, 15 and 18. So what are the number of people joining in? So let's see. So we are looking at 16 and 17. So this is the number 890 and 1030. This is 120. 1800 and 120 gives me a 1920, right? Over here I have 15 and 18. 15 and 18 is 810 and 990. These two numbers. Okay, these two numbers. This is going to be how much? 1700 and 100, that is 1800. The question is asking you that find the number of percent. By what percent is the number more than 1518? So more than, tell me the difference. The difference is 120. Than what? 1800. Now this is something that I am going to be teaching you in quantitative abilities, but then for DI also you can predict. So 1800 is going to be my base. Okay, 12 will cut this thing by 15. So 12 into 15 gives you a 180. You should know it, but if you are not comfortable cutting it like this, you can use let's say you can cut it by smaller factors also, 2 and others. 1 by 15 again is a percentage comparison. You should know this is going to be 6.66 percentage. So this is going to be the answer to this question. Now for the next two questions, let's see. Okay, so there are two questions in this particular slide. The first one, of course, is going to be a little difficult than the other one. Let's read what is given in the this thing. So it says that each member of the club has to pay a 30,000 non-refundable one-time joining fees. Fine. And 60,000 annual membership fees. The number of people who left the RSC club in 15, 16, 17 and 18 are given 60, 50, 40 and 30 respectively. What is the total revenue earned by the RSC club? So fine, so we are looking at the RSC club in 2018. So we are looking at 2018 ka total revenue, because we are looking at total revenue. All the clubs started their operation in year 2014. Obviously it has to be there because we don't have any other data point also. Now first of all, please pay attention to this thing. Couple of things you need to understand, only then you will be able to understand this question or this set. Just because number of people have started leaving from 2015, 16 and in that order, and we have the numbers with us. For example, 15 mein 60 left, but I cannot say if the ones that entered in this 120 are they the 50 which are they the 60 which left, or the 360 which was already present in 2014. From here 60 has left, 60 have left, and then next year 50 has left, and so on and so forth. But because I have some sort of an ambiguity, like 14 they have started the operation, right? So I hope you can understand where exactly I'm nudging you towards. If not, just pay some attention and wait a while. I'll tell you the answer. It is advisable that you should try to pause at this point and figure out the answer for yourself. But then if you just want to hang on, or let's say ride along with me, that's also fine. So please understand, because we are looking at 2018, the total revenue. Okay, so we are looking at the total revenue for 2018. 2018, please understand, has two components, because there are people who have joined also. So let us try to calibrate, or let's say let us bifurcate 2018 into two groups: the new member that have joined and the old ones. The old ones will also have some number of people who had left, but we'll calculate that in a while. So far, the number of new members are 60. How much money these 60 members will pay? They will pay 90,000. I hope that is clear. One-time joining fees of 30,000 and 60,000 annual membership fees. Nobody has left, or I mean, no data on 2019. So I am assuming that all the 60 stays there. Okay. There are some members who have left in 2018 also, but as I just now mentioned, that we cannot predict which 30 members have left from which year. So I hope you can understand that the revenue will be 60 into 90k, which is 5400k. At this point, let's leave it at 00k only. K for 1000. It is let's say it's a short form of kilos. Now the important bit: if you add the numbers, or when we have added, if you have kept tab of that, this was 720. I hope you remember that. You can pause the video, you can do the addition also, or you can go back and confirm once, because now we are looking at the 720 people. We have to eliminate the possibilities of the new members. So when I subtract 660 from the 720, I'm left with 660 old members. So far it's fine. I hope it's not. I am just subtracting the 60 from the 720, leaving me with 660. Now please remember, because it has already been given that these many people, 60 50 60 40 50 30, there is 180 people also left. So the revenue component will also go away from that. Okay, I am assuming that these people are not going to pay the annual subscription fees, that 60,000 fees, right? So let's subtract that also. So I'm now left with 480. Now these 480 people will pay how much? If you can answer, please pause the video and answer this question. They are going to pay 60,000. Okay, they're not going to pay 30,000 and 60,000. Please understand that these are old members. They will pay they would have paid the one-time joining fees of 30,000 once and for all. They would not repay it again and again. So this is again how much? 48 into 6. This is 48 and 288, 00 and k. All right. Now let's do this thing. So this is going to be 288, 00 and 000, and this is going to be 54, 000. If you are not comfortable with the crores and anything, don't worry, you will get comfortable. So this is 12, 30, and this is 4, this is 3. Okay, let's recheck once. 12 and 13, 14, yeah, correct. So this is 3 crores and 42 lakhs, or you can also say 3.42 crores. This was going to be a little difficult. I am not expecting you to get this at the first go, but you'll get used to it, don't worry. Let's look at the next question. Question number 6 says that for the year 2014, the number of male to female in the 5 groups are given below. So the ratio of male females have been given for the 2014 this thing. So we have to make sense of the data, because it's very interesting for you if you just pay attention. They have tabulated it in a column wise figure, but the data is given to us in the row wise format. I hope you remember that. You can go back and you can see that. Okay, so in 2014, the total number of ASC club members are 300. Okay, now at this point it is advisable that make use of the table to you can write the data. I'm writing it for my reference. You can even skip it. 300, 360 and 360. Now at this point, how do we, because we have been asked to find the average number of male members who have joined the 5 clubs in 2014. So basically the average number of males. For that I need the number of males, right? Of the 300 members, 2 by 5 is male. 2/5 is the number of males of the 300. So if you just pay attention, 5 cuts this by 60. So directly I get the number of males for this as 120. Similarly, if you see, this is 5 plus 6, that is 11. You can do one more method to do this, which is 11x, that is corresponds to 330. That means 5x will be how much? This is going to be 11 threes, so this is 30. So 150. Okay, so you can either way, like you can do it 5 by 11 also, whichever method suits for you. I have no problem. It's just the tabulation needs to be quick and correct. You don't really need to, again I need to tell you this, you don't really need to flex your speed maths at the cost of you getting a wrong response, right? So this is going to be 140 and the other one is going to be 200 and 320. At this point, again, you can just add them and divide by 5. You get the answer as 186. But I'll give you one more method to solve this type of questions. So suppose you have been given 120, 150, 140, something that I will teach you in the concepts of weighted averages and averages also. But then at this point, we are looking at something called as a deviation method to calculate averages. Now deviation method is not something that is going to be much useful because the numbers are very handy. We use deviation for complex numbers or complicated numbers, not complex, complicated numbers. So deviation basically says that just pick any one of the numbers. So I'm picking 140 and then checking the deviation from each of the numbers. So the first one, the deviation is of a -20. The first one is 120, this is 140. Deviation is -20. It's a +10, so I'll just write it 10. Third one is 0, this one is 60, and this is 60 plus 120, that is 180. But this is a little too large, don't worry. So this becomes, you can normally you get to see the numbers gets eliminated also, but because I don't have a -20, I'm using my speed maths or mental maths, I'm using adding all of them and getting a 50 over there. 50 plus 180 gives me a straight up 230. Now 230 by 5 is very easy. This is 46. Now remember, we started off assuming that 140 was my average, but the deviation came out to be 46. I need to add that 46 also back, giving me a 186 overall for this one. So 186 is the answer for this one. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the session. I hope you guys are liking the sessions. I hope these are benefiting you. If they are benefiting you, do consider, you know, getting the live sessions also. Get in touch with me if you want help with the CAT preparation. Bye.